Well, hello there, everyone, and thank you so very much for joining me for this week's reflection. I'm Susan Short, and I serve College Lutheran Church in Salem, Virginia, as the Director of Music Ministries. I hope that you have enjoyed listening to the vocal ensemble and the individuals that have shared their time and their talents and their gifts with us throughout our summer months. Their voices have contributed to some wonderful preludes and offertories, and I do hope that you will take time to thank them for being a part of providing special music for our worship throughout the summer months, both indoor as well as outdoor. I do want to take a moment to extend an invitation to all of you. Maybe you've considered joining the choir at some point in time. Well, I want to extend that invitation to you right now. Whether you've been a member of the choir previously or have thought about, well, maybe this is the time for me to share my voice as a part of the choir, I really do extend an invitation to you to join our choir as we will resume more normal rehearsal schedule starting in September. We'll gather in the choir room, which is downstairs, beginning at 9:15 a.m. And we typically run through the hymns as well as a musical selection that we'll offer up for the anthem for that worship service, as well as to read through some music that we will consider for future Sundays. An open invitation is there, whether you can join us one Sunday a month or all of our Sundays that would be in a month. I would hope that you would join us. We have a lot of fun. We laugh and we make really good music together from time to time as well. Talking about good music, I hope that several of you had the opportunity to attend the ordination that was hosted at College Lutheran Church this past Saturday. Josh Sherman and I actually did an instrumental piece of one of my very favorite hymns, and Josh was playing the guitar and I was playing the flute. And then we actually had the joy of repeating that during this past Sunday's worship experience. And Courtney Bowen and Natalie Haggett joined us on flute, and Paul Henriksen and Josh Sherman joined us on guitar, and we had some wonderful voices lead really one of my very, very favorite hymns, the Canticle of the Turning. So let's take a moment just to learn a little bit more about this hymn as well as the composer. So the first question I'm typically asked is, what do you mean by canticle? What does this word canticle mean? It simply is a reference to a hymn. And the lyrics of Canticle of the Turning are a paraphrase from Luke chapter 1, verses 46 to 55, the section of the Bible that we typically refer to as Mary's Magnificat. So the hymn was written by Corey Cooney, who was born in 1952 in Delaware, Ohio, and he studied at St. Mary's Seminary in Santa Barbara, California, St. Mary's Seminary in Perryville, Missouri, and the Corpus Christi Center for Advanced Liturgical Studies in Phoenix, Arizona. Since 1994, he has been the Director of Liturgy and Music at St. Anne Catholic Community in Barrington, Illinois. Previously, from 1983 until 1993, he served in the same position at St. Jerome Parish in Phoenix, and before that in other church music positions in Phoenix. He's a prolific composer. 200 more of his pieces are included in liturgies as well as various hymnals. So I don't often have the opportunity to find comments that are provided directly by the composer, but I was able to find some comments from Rory Cooney as to what he was thinking, and a little bit of reflection as to why in the world that he set Canticle of the Turning to an old Irish folk tune. Stay tuned, we'll learn a little bit more about that. So here, I'm going to quote Rory Cooney. Advent of 1988 was the beginning of a Luke year in the lectionary, and as it approached, I was thinking about how I might write a song that my parish, St. Jerome in Phoenix, Arizona, might use to tie together the themes of Luke's gospel through the year, and in a special way to begin it in Advent. The more I thought about the task I had set for myself, though, to craft a song that contained some of Luke's main evangelical themes that could be used through the year, the more I came back to the Canticle of Mary from the end of chapter 1. So in setting this canticle for my parish, I decided I wanted to use music that suggested the revolutionary spirit of the canticle, that cosmic tables are being turned over, as it were. And who has better songs of uprising than the Irish? Star of the County Down is not a revolutionary ballad, of course. It's a love song about a man who aspires to woo Rosie McCann, a brown-haired beauty from the banks of the Bann near Belfast. The lyrics most of us know were written in the late 19th century, but the tune is much older than that. The tune dances a bit, and there's both joy and excitement in the melody that I think fits the spirit of Mary's song well. Like many folk songs, and in the spirit of Martin Luther, it is a self-teaching melody with a two-line refrain whose melody is expanded and paralleled in the verses, making the tune easy to learn and remember. I continue with Rory's comments. Songs get a life of their own after they're written. I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm sure. I write songs because I need to. I need a specific song to be written because there's some nagging ember inside me that thinks that there's nothing else serving a specific need of which I'm aware. Canticle of the Turning. I do hope that you take a moment to read through the verses that are in today's reflection, and that you take a moment to click on the recording that we were able to capture from this past Sunday service. So thank you so very much for joining me for this week's reflection, and I look forward to seeing you on Sunday at 10 a.m. in the sanctuary to enjoy worship with one another. Do continue to take great care.